Appointment setting is either going to be the easiest way that you've ever made $5,000 to $10,000 a month online, or it's going to be a living nightmare because you didn't know how to find an offer the right way. In this video, I'm going to be showing you the top red flags that I wish I knew when I first started in sales and appointment setting, so that you can hopefully avoid the same mistakes and go straight to the top of having success, finding a good offer, and making really, really good money. So make sure you guys stick to the end to learn exactly what these are, especially tip number 3. First mistake that I wish I avoided in appointment setting was not finding an offer with a base pay. Appointment setting is great. It's commission only sales, but when you're setting, you are still reliant upon that sales team closing deals for you to get paid. So if you're commission only, you're strictly commission, even if you book 100 calls and none of those calls get closed because the sales team is bad, or maybe that company had a bad sales process, or the founder just wasn't doing things the right way, you're going to make no money. However, this can be avoided by working with a good company that offers you a small base per appointment set. So instead of just commission of, let's say, 5%, you're going to be getting a small base. And this can be like 20 to 50 to even $100. And what that's going to do is make sure you're being rewarded for your time and your effort, regardless of the deal's closing. Commission only is a beautiful thing. It's a great thing. And that's why we make so much money in this space of sales. For appointment setting, especially on a newer offer or a company that hasn't been around for as long and they're not doing hundreds of thousands a month, a small base pay is going to ensure that both parties are happy, and it's going to make sure that you don't waste your time. Tip number 2 is how to vet actual clients. How do you make sure that this client I'm trying to work for is legit? One thing you can do is something called Social Blade. You don't want to go work for someone whose entire following is botted. You don't want someone that has 100,000 followers and gets 5 likes on Instagram. Okay, that means their following is fake and they've inflated themselves to look a certain way, and they probably don't have the lead flow that they say they do. And what I mean by that is, if you're literally all fake followers on your account, you're not going to be getting a lot of DMs. You're not going to be getting a lot of prospects interested, unless they're running ads, they're doing some sort of other lead flow, which is totally fine. People will buy fake followers just to make their accounts look bigger, so they have that perception publicly. But if you're DM setting for someone, for example, and everyone on their profile is fake, you're not going to make any money. And that's something that you should be aware of. Tip number 3 is lead flow and or income. When you are getting on an offer, and I always recommend you guys ask questions when you're being interviewed. 1, it makes you stand out. 2, it makes you look like you have a brain and you're not just desperate for a sales role. And 3, you actually find out if it's legit or not. A couple questions that I like to ask is, 1, how many sales reps or setters do you already have on your offer? And then you want to ask, depending on what that answer is, what does your top setter make? And if it's like 5K, awesome. 10K, awesome. $100, that's not good. If no one else on the offer makes money, why do you think you would be the one person to make money on there if they've already hired people? The next thing is lead flow. Like, hey, where are you getting your leads from? Do you guys run ads? Is it organic? Are you running events and sort of launches and promos and things like that? Or is it straight people DMing you? Or are they coming in from email? Or are they coming in from a low ticket product? Where are your leads coming in from? And what exactly is my responsibility as the setter going to be? Am I calling leads? Am I messaging leads? And what do you expect from me? These are all questions that you want to be asking when you actually get on that interview for this offer, so that you know the offer is legit. You're not going to waste your time. Tip number 4 is tracking. So how are you going to track the actual deals that you set? How are you going to actually track that the deals that you set close? And that's a very important thing for you to be aware of. And I don't want you guys to think that, like, in this video, everything's doom and gloom. There's a lot of great businesses in the space that you're going to make a lot of money with, but you got to be aware there's a few bad apples that may try to take advantage of you, especially if you're a new appointment setter. You'll set all these deals and then they'll be like, okay, well, prove that this deal came from you. And if you can't do that, you need to be sure that you're tracking, whether it's a Google Sheet or whether you're tracking the names, or whether you're tracking the names that you're sending to a closer or to a sales team. However that actual booking process is taking place, you need to make sure that you're tracking it and you're actually reporting this data. And this is something that you should do anyway as a sales rep. You should be keeping clean data, clean pipeline, and making sure that your CRM or whatever system you guys are using is up to date and that it is very, very, very well organized. And I'll give you guys even a bonus tip, okay? Make sure you're working for a client that sells something people want and actually helps them. This will make your job so much easier if you're selling for someone that people like, know, and trust, as well as their offer gets good results for people. Okay, Closer Cartel, my education company, does not even have to try to be good at sales in order to be good at sales, because people love what we do. They love our stuff. They love our results. They know we get amazing results for people. And there's not really a lot of fear there, other than just like personal fear of like doing things and making decisions. There's no hesitancy. There's no skepticism, because we have a good product. And if you go work for someone that doesn't have a good product, you're going to deal with all of these things. Imagine you're trying to set someone who is cold. They're a cold lead. They don't know who you are, what you do. You're trying to book them on a call, and then they just keep hearing that you're a scam. It's not going to work, okay? Make sure you're selling things ethically. You're selling for good people. You're selling good offers that actually help people. Will make your job easier. You'll make more money, and you're not going to be scamming people and trying to pull one over and being a sleazy salesperson. You're actually going to feel good about what you're doing, because if you believe in the product, you're going to perform better, and you're actually helping people and doing them a service by getting them into your product. product. So as you guys can see, there is sometimes some shady stuff that goes on in the sales space. But guys, quite frankly, this happens in every space. This happens in enterprise and tech and startups. This happens in corporate jobs and offices, and it happens in coaching, consulting, B2C sales like what we do. Fortunately for you guys, we covered some of the tips in this video on how to actually avoid these mistakes and the things that I wish I would have known when I started. But this is exactly why we have Closer Cartel. Guys, we teach people step by step how appointment setting works, how to land offers, and how to make your first $5,000 to $10,000 a month and then become a closer inside of our program. We have students like Philip, who I'll throw up on the screen, who I've literally paid $10,000 in a single month as an 18-year-old kid from appointment setting and running my inbox. Or someone like Skylar, who was, again, another young kid that I was paying $5,000 to $6,000 a month to message people and set appointments for me. And that's just the people that worked for me. We obviously have hundreds of students that do this for other companies inside as well. But just back onto the topic, guys, just because some people say appointment setting is a scam or all this offer is a scam, it doesn't make the space as a whole a scam. There's always bad apples in literally anything that you do. And if you know what to look for and you can use your brain and use common sense, you're going to find that good offer and it's going to make your life so much easier than without it. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped. Some of the tips that I wish I would have known. Man, I wish I would have known this when I started. If you want help from us one-on-one and you want actual coaching and help getting an offer, learning sales, learning appointment setting, check out the link in the description and maybe book a call with us and we'll show you guys what we can do. Until next time, please like, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.